It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Niners and the Buccaneers. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
The cannons of the pirate ship ready to fire in the north end zone. We can only be one place. Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa, the home of the Buccaneers. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offense and defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side, offense or defense, this is a nightmare. You're stressing about what gloves, no gloves. Do I sometimes wear gloves? The quarterback, towel. There is a lot of conversations going on with the equipment guys in the locker room. Rain games for skill players are the worst.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here come the 49ers, and they are led by Brock Purdy. You know the story, taken last in the 2022 draft. The last two seasons, he has led the Niners deep in the playoffs, and it's his third season, Greg, as the QB for San Francisco.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game. Just one more thing for the defense to have to defend. Make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone. Defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that. They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this game plan as the game unfolds.
And the defense all over this one. They knock him down, it'll go down as a loss of 2.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. They're going to continue to be aggressive, especially through the air, and if they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Buccaneers led out by their quarterback, Baker Mayfield. He was in Cleveland and Carolina, and then with the Rams. But now year 2, and it feels like he's found a home. Greg here with the Buccaneers.
One thing about this guy is he epitomizes the word resiliency. After a promising start to his NFL career, he hit a major wall. I mean, he was essentially, Mike, discarded by the entire league to the point where many felt he was destined to just be a career backup. However, Once he got that second chance, he took it and ran with it. Now that his career is back on track, he's tasked with leading this team to many more victories, and if he plays up to that standard, he's going to give him a legitimate shot.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. This pass is caught by Cade Otton. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch. And it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
They'll run with the third-year man. It's Rashad White. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Here's a 2nd and 9. Another run here with White. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So on 4th down, time to kick it away. Jake Camarda to do the honors. This one fielded out beyond the 25. The Niners offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion left. Open man is Samuel, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Purdy. That's over the middle to Kittle.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and There's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Open man is Jennings. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. Everyone talks about being balanced. But as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to the air again is Purdy. He'll find his open man. That's Brandon Ayuk. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. That's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
Second down and 8. Back to the air is Purdy. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was trying to hook up with Deebo Samuel that time, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage. We see quarterbacks do that all the time, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there
that is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown, 49ers.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, like it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, here comes Tucker. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready for their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On play action, Mayfield. That is taken in by the veteran, Mike Evans. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Here comes Otten in motion. Baker going to hand it to White. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Devondre Campbell brings him down. Second and 7. Throwing is Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
It's always a risky decision anytime a quarterback tries to force the ball, especially into those tightly contested areas. Not a lot of daylight, not a lot of room for error. In this case, it just falls simply as an incomplete. But as this game unfolds, better decisions are going to lead to better results.
Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down. 10 yards on the pickup, and that's good for a 1st down.
This is exactly how it's supposed to look on 3rd down. His eyes are downfield, nothing materializes. He quickly decides he can do it himself, picks up the 1st down, and then to protect himself with the slide, well done.
Mayfield to throw it here on 1st down. He'll find his running back, White, and he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
So after 1, 7-0 is our score. We'll have more from Tampa after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Mayfield. This one caught left side by Evans. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here comes Otten in motion. On 1st down is Mayfield. Get this complete right side to Otten. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's a give up the middle with White. And he will get into the end zone. Rashad White. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Buccaneers will level things out at 7 apiece. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. On the return, it's Ronnie Bell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Brandon Ayuk heading back onto the field with his 49er teammates. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. To throw is Purdy. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Purdy now on 2nd down. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
3rd down. Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again is Purdy. Caught. This is Ayuk. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Purdy works out of the pistol. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And this is going to be incomplete. That's great work to get in there and make things difficult defensively, setting up a 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Too much leg there. That one's into the end zone for a touchback. The Buccaneers offense and running back Rashad White ready for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Baker to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And that will lead to a 2nd down. A give, and here's White. And this will gain a couple of yards up to the 22-yard line. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes third down. Mayfield to throw. That's caught. It's Evans. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. On the bootleg, it's Mayfield. That's to the left side, caught by McMillan. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mayfield. And that one just kept getting worse and worse until finally they bring him down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Here's Jake Camarda now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The 49ers offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. He's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. Second and a yard. Shotgun snap to Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. 14 yards on that pass play there. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll motion over Samuel. Here's Purdy again. The connection made to Ayuk. And he's close to a 1st down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll throw again with Purdy. In trouble, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Third down and 9. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He finds his... Oh, after the catch, he's hit, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Got his man at the 6. He is in. Brandon Ayuk, touchdown San Francisco. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Moody now for the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the 49ers will move out to a 14-7 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buccaneers offense ready to take over once more. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. To throw is Mayfield. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Throwing on 2nd down, Mayfield. Taking off, and he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
I love this call, Mike. 2nd down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Down the field, it's Evans. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Now the Bucs will take their first timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. Now Mayfield. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Chris Godwin, the receiver he was looking for. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. Here, the ball is thrown short. The idea is get the ball in the hands of your playmaker and let him pick up the rest with his feet. But you know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball, and in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down. Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot. Your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here is Bell on the return. And that's well done by the kicking team. He's only able to make it past the 15-yard line. So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He's spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. First and 10. Purdy. That's Ayuk with it on the left side. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. So, halftime here. It's the visitors, the 49ers, who are on top. And we get you across the state to Orlando. And check in with the coach. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Michael, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the halftime report. These two teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Coach, thank you. And the rain only intensifying as the teams are back out here for what figures to be a sloppy second half to come. The rain not letting up. It continues to be a factor here as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The veteran Mike Evans, he's heading back out onto the field with the rest of the Tampa Bay offense. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start this on the ground, and here's White. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8, setting up 2nd and 2. They'll go again with White. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
On first down is Mayfield. And the reception for Chris Godwin. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. It's a first down for Tampa Bay.
It's pretty evident, Mike, when a quarterback and his wide receiver are operating on the exact same page. The anticipation, the timing, the accuracy of both the route and the ball. And when they're working together like this, that's the definition of teach tape.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, this is White. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. A good spot here. Second and a yard. They'll run over center with White. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Second and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a first down.
Unbalanced look here to the right side on first and 10. To throw is Mayfield. He'll find his running back, White.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Yes, you have to operate out of the backfield like a traditional running back. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A second down throw from Mayfield. He'll find McMillan here. And he'll be out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, and that gains them another first down.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
One of the tight ends motions right. Mayfield to throw on first and 10. Off he goes. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On second down, Baker. That is caught. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be first and goal.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal.
Good blocking, and he's in. Rashad White. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Buccaneers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here is Bell on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Brock Purdy and the NFC champs back out to begin this next drive. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. First and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Right side, hauled in by Samuel. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
So, first and 10 here now at the 38. So Kittle comes in motion. To throw on first down is Purdy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. On the ground, it's McCaffrey. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
What makes great linebackers stand out from the pack is their instincts and their vision. In this case, the linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
So Kittle comes in motion. On third down, it's Purdy. There's that man again. Another catch.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Bucs offense and their running back set to go once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by White. And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run out of the gun. This is White. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
This returnable from inside his own 40, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy headed back on the field for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And a nice gain there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And it's going to be 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka maneuvering in there to bring his man down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They run with White, and they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. It's complete to Evans.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Here comes Otten in motion. Off the play fake, it's Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try to run for it. Here's White. And he's going to have a Buccaneers first down, I do believe. Gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. That's to the left side, caught by McMillan. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Nice first down pickup there by Jalen McMillan. And Mike, as he tries to find his role in this Bucs offense, I think a lot of his opportunities are going to come inside at that slot position. Not only his ability to find soft spots and have good instincts to get himself open and uncover, but also the quickness to win man-to-man. And that combination is going to get him a lot of targets. Remember, he had 5 receiving touchdowns each of the last 2 seasons back in college.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Jalen McMillan, the one he was looking for there. And it'll bring up second down. They send Godwin in motion. From the gun, it's Mayfield. To the left side, to Godwin. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. They go play action with Mayfield. Oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
So we get to a pressure kick, and here's Chase McLaughlin. This to stretch the lead to more than a field goal. This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. So it is still a one-score game, but a little more breathing room now. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here is Bell on the return. and he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Niners offense make their way out to take over once more. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Purdy, making the read and keeping it. Inside the 40. Well, that'll change things. Out of bounds, inside the 35. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 41 yards.
Great read by the quarterback there, Mike. You can see just as he puts the ball in the belly of the running back, his eyes are on that defender. And when he goes after the runner, he pulls it, and he has nothing but green grass, and he picks up a big gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. Now they are in business, inside the 15-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, it's Purdy. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're lucky to have avoided this mistake here, Mike. In the 4th quarter, with possessions running out, that would have been a critical back-breaking play in this game, and they're going to have second life now after that defender drops the ball, and let's see if they can take advantage of it.
He's got it at the 3, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. Going to be 1st and goal.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
He's got his big tight end, George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. The game-tying touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and a chance to take the lead with the point after.
Mike, the sideline's going crazy with that late score, but they still need this extra point to take the lead here and see if they can hang on to this 4th quarter lead.
On is Moody to add the extra point. The kick is good. Important one as they take the lead here in the 4th quarter. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. On the return, here comes Tucker. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Bucs offense and veteran receiver Mike Evans getting set for this drive. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On play action, Mayfield. That's caught left side by Otten. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
On first down is Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop. Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
From the gun on third down, it's Mayfield. And the rush gets there. He'll be tracked down.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up fourth down.
Kicking time for the Bucs. They'll punt it away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. The Niners offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. Trying to burn some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now it's the rookie out of Louisville. It's Isaac Guerrero. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for second down and 4. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. McCaffrey, first down and more. The Buccaneers forced to use their third and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They were forced to travel cross-country. They get the early start, 10 a.m. on their body clocks. They're happy now. They come away with the victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.